Welcome to Whispered Tales. Today's story is about learning to think like successful people and how this mindset can help you improve your English while growing wiser. Alex Morgan, a 27-year-old aspiring entrepreneur from Seattle, often found himself frustrated. Despite knowing English reasonably well, he struggled to express his ideas clearly in meetings and when networking. But the bigger problem was his mindset. He felt stuck, unsure how successful people made decisions, solved problems, or created opportunities. One afternoon, while scrolling through articles online, he stumbled upon a quote. "Successful people think differently. They see opportunities where others see obstacles, and they act while others hesitate." The idea struck him. Alex realized that improving his English and thinking like successful people were connected. To express big ideas clearly, he needed to think clearly and wisely. He decided to start a personal project, combining English practice with learning wisdom from successful minds. He began reading biographies of entrepreneurs, listening to podcasts, and writing down lessons in English. His first lesson came from observing patience. Successful people, he realized, didn't rush. They analyzed situations, made informed decisions, and acted strategically. Alex tried applying this in his own life. When he faced a challenging email or business problem, he paused, wrote his thoughts carefully, and responded thoughtfully in English. That evening, he wrote in his notebook, "Thinking like a successful person is about clarity, patience, and action. If I can adopt this mindset, I can express myself better in English and in life." Alex felt a spark of excitement. He knew this journey wouldn't be easy. It required consistent thinking, reflection, and deliberate practice, but he was ready to change. The next morning, Alex decided to put his new plan into action. He joined a local entrepreneurship meetup in Seattle, a place where ambitious professionals gathered to exchange ideas. The goal wasn't just to practice English, it was to observe how successful people think, communicate, and make decisions. As he listened, he noticed something remarkable. One speaker, Samantha Lee, a successful tech startup founder, spoke slowly, deliberately, and with purpose. She didn't just talk about results, she explained her decision-making process, sharing the logic behind each choice. Alex realized that the difference between successful people and the rest wasn't luck. It was thinking in a structured, deliberate way. They analyzed situations carefully, anticipated obstacles, and communicated ideas with clarity. He took careful notes in English, writing down key phrases and vocabulary to improve his language skills. Measure twice, cut once. Fail fast, learn faster. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. After the meetup, Alex approached Samantha. "Hi, Samantha. I really admire how clearly you explained your approach to problem solving. Do you have any advice for someone who wants to think more strategically?" Samantha smiled. "Absolutely. Start by asking questions, breaking problems into smaller parts, and always reflecting on your choices. Thinking strategically is a habit. It develops over time." Alex left the meetup energized. He realized that learning to think like successful people was an ongoing practice, just like learning English. Each observation, each interaction was a chance to improve both his mindset and his communication skills. That evening, he reflected in his notebook. Strategic thinking requires patience, observation, and reflection. Clear thoughts lead to clear words. Success is built in the mind before it appears in actions. Alex knew he had taken the first step toward transforming both his mindset and his English. He felt ready to embrace the lessons, challenges, and experiences that lay ahead. A few days later, Alex faced a situation that would test both his mindset and his ability to think like a successful person. He was preparing a pitch for a small investor meeting. Despite his preparation, he stumbled over his words during practice and felt frustrated with his English. In the past, he might have panicked or given up, blaming himself for not being good enough. But now, he remembered a lesson he had learned from observing successful people. Mistakes are opportunities, not failures. Instead of getting angry, Alex wrote down exactly what went wrong during his practice. He identified weak points in his language, phrasing, and logic. Then he restructured his pitch, breaking it into smaller, clear segments. He practiced each segment slowly, focusing on clarity and deliberate thought. The next day, Alex rehearsed in front of a mirror. He spoke confidently, explaining his ideas step by step. His English was not perfect, but it was clear, purposeful, and convincing. More importantly, his mindset had shifted. He no longer feared mistakes. He analyzed them, learned, and adapted. During the investor meeting, Alex applied the same approach. When a question came that he hadn't anticipated, he paused, took a deep breath, and responded thoughtfully. "That's a great question. Based on the data we have, here's how I would approach it. Additionally, I'm considering alternative strategies to ensure flexibility and effectiveness." The investors were impressed by his clarity and strategic thinking. Even though his English wasn't flawless, his ideas came across clearly because he thought like a successful person, carefully, logically, and confidently. That night, he reflected in his notebook. Mistakes are not setbacks, they are lessons. Thinking clearly, analyzing problems, and responding deliberately is the mindset of success. English improves when thoughts are organized. Alex realized that success wasn't just about talent or luck. It was about discipline, reflection, and continuous learning. And every time he practiced English thoughtfully, he was reinforcing this mindset. Alex soon discovered that thinking like successful people wasn't just about big moments, it was built through daily habits. He noticed that top performers in his network were consistent, disciplined, and intentional in everything they did. Determined to emulate them, Alex created a daily routine. Each morning, he dedicated 30 minutes to reading about successful people and writing reflections in English. He practiced expressing his thoughts clearly, using the vocabulary and sentence structures he had learned. He also started keeping a wisdom journal, noting insights such as focus on solutions, not problems. Small, consistent actions create big results over time. Ask questions, seek clarity, and act decisively. One evening, Alex faced a minor but frustrating setback. A collaborative project he was working on with another young entrepreneur, Liam, ran into a misunderstanding due to poor communication. In the past, Alex might have reacted with frustration or blame. But now he paused, reflected, and approached Liam calmly. "Liam, I think there was a misunderstanding in our last conversation. Let's clarify the steps and make sure we're on the same page." By framing the issue thoughtfully, Alex turned a potential conflict into a productive discussion. They clarified responsibilities, set clear deadlines, and both felt confident moving forward. Later, Alex realized that successful thinking combined clarity of thought with emotional intelligence. The way he approached problems, reflected on them, and communicated in English made him more effective and respected by others. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Success is built in habits, in consistent reflection, and in the ability to communicate thoughts clearly. Every day is an opportunity to practice clarity, wisdom, and language." As Alex's mindset and English improved, he realized that success is often influenced by the people you surround yourself with. He decided to attend a professional networking event aimed at young entrepreneurs. This was a place where ideas flowed, connections mattered, and thinking like a successful person could be observed firsthand. At the event, he met a woman named Isabella Cruz, a well-known business strategist. She spoke with confidence, clarity, and thoughtfulness, and Alex was struck by how her words seemed deliberate and precise. Unlike many people who filled conversations with filler words or rushed explanations, Isabella spoke calmly and with clear purpose. Alex approached her. "Hi, Isabella. I really admire the way you communicate your ideas. Could you share how you maintain clarity and confidence when speaking?" Isabella smiled warmly. "It's all about preparation and mindset. I think through what I want to say before I say it. I also pay attention to the other person, listening carefully, asking questions, and responding thoughtfully. Clear thinking leads to clear speaking." Alex listened intently and took notes in English, practicing phrases like, "Let me clarify my point. I see your perspective, and here's my thought. Based on the data, I suggest we consider." Later that evening, he reflected. Networking with purpose means listening, observing, and learning. Successful people don't just talk, they think strategically, respond thoughtfully, and focus on building meaningful connections. To practice, Alex set a goal. Each day, he would engage in at least one conversation in English where he consciously applied the mindset of success. This wasn't just about speaking fluently, it was about thinking clearly, asking insightful questions, and responding with wisdom. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Success is shaped by the company you keep and the conversations you have. Observing, listening, and thinking strategically creates opportunities and improves English at the same time." Alex realized that every interaction, even small ones, was a chance to practice strategic thinking and deliberate English communication, a combination that would set him apart in life and career. Over the next few weeks, Alex noticed a recurring theme among the successful people he observed. They all shared a growth mindset. They didn't see challenges as obstacles, they saw them as opportunities to learn and improve. Alex decided to apply this mindset to his own life and English learning. Whenever he struggled to find the right word, he didn't get frustrated. Instead, he paused, reflected, and experimented with different ways to express his ideas clearly. Mistakes became lessons rather than failures. One afternoon, during a team meeting, Alex was asked to present a new marketing strategy. As he spoke, he stumbled over a complex term in English. In the past, he might have panicked or skipped the word, but now he smiled, rephrased, and continued. "What I mean is, we can adjust our approach dynamically to match audience preferences." His colleagues didn't notice the minor mistake, they only noticed the clarity and confidence in his explanation. Alex realized that successful people focus less on perfection and more on learning, adapting, and moving forward. Later, Alex attended a virtual workshop led by Daniel Hayes, a well-known entrepreneur. Daniel emphasized the importance of self-reflection. Every decision you make, every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Your success depends on how you respond to failure, not on avoiding it. Inspired, Alex began incorporating daily reflection into his routine. Each night, he wrote down 3 things he did well and 3 areas to improve, both in his mindset and in English communication. He wrote in his notebook, "Growth comes from reflection, adaptation, and persistence. Thinking like a successful person means learning from every experience and using it to improve clarity and action. Alex realized that success wasn't just about hard work or knowledge, it was about how you think, how you respond, and how you learn from every situation. And by practicing this in English, he was building not only his career skills, but also his ability to communicate wisdom clearly. One Monday morning, Alex faced a significant challenge that would test both his mindset and English communication skills. His team was tasked with launching a new product in a highly competitive market. There were conflicting opinions on the strategy, and tensions were high. In the past, Alex might have hesitated, worried about making a mistake or sounding unsure in English, but now he applied the lessons he had learned from observing successful people. Analyze, reflect, and decide with confidence. He spent the morning reviewing data, considering multiple perspectives, and outlining his recommendations clearly in English. He practiced phrases that would help him communicate decisively. Based on the data, I recommend.
The key priority should be to mitigate risk, we can. During the team meeting, Alex spoke calmly and confidently. After reviewing the metrics and market trends, I recommend we focus on strategy B for the launch. This approach maximizes engagement while minimizing risk. Here's the step-by-step plan. His colleagues listened attentively. When questions arose, he paused, reflected, and responded clearly, demonstrating both knowledge and composure. Even the skeptical team member, Rachel, nodded in approval. After the meeting, Alex realized something important. Thinking like successful people involved clarity, preparation, and calm decision-making. Confidence doesn't come from being perfect, it comes from being deliberate, informed, and composed. That night, he reflected in his notebook. Confidence is built through preparation and strategic thinking. Success is a result of deliberate choices, not random luck. English becomes easier when thoughts are organized and purposeful. Alex felt empowered. He now understood that thinking like successful people wasn't about being fearless, it was about acting wisely under uncertainty, analyzing problems, and communicating decisions clearly. A few days later, Alex realized that thinking like successful people often involved seeking guidance from mentors. He reached out to Eleanor Grant, a seasoned entrepreneur known for her innovative strategies and calm communication. Eleanor agreed to meet Alex for coffee at a small cafe downtown. She was articulate, composed, and radiated wisdom. As they spoke, Alex observed how carefully she chose her words, never rushing, always reflecting before responding. Alex asked, "Eleanor, how do you make decisions that seem risky but always succeed?" She smiled and replied, "Alex, it's not about avoiding risk, it's about evaluating it carefully. I think through the outcomes, consider alternatives, and decide based on evidence and strategy. Confidence comes from preparation, not chance." Alex realized the lesson went beyond business. It was about life and communication. By thinking strategically, he could also speak more clearly in English because his ideas were organized in his mind before being expressed. He spent the next few weeks practicing the advice. Every time he faced a decision, big or small, he paused to reflect. What are the possible outcomes? What is the most logical course of action? How can I communicate this clearly to others? One afternoon, Alex applied this in a tricky situation. His marketing partner proposed a new ad concept that didn't align with data trends. Instead of dismissing the idea abruptly, Alex calmly analyzed it, then suggested a compromise. Your idea has potential, but here's how we can modify it to match our target audience. This approach balances creativity and strategy.
His partner agreed, impressed by Alex's clarity and composure. That night, Alex wrote in his notebook, "Mentorship teaches perspective. Thinking strategically improves decisions, communication, and English. Wisdom is learned, not inherited." Alex understood that surrounding himself with insightful people and observing their thinking patterns was essential to developing a successful mindset and confident communication. A few days after his mentorship meeting, Alex faced a significant test. The company's software launch had been delayed due to unexpected technical glitches. The team was stressed, deadlines were looming, and some members began blaming each other. Alex remembered a key lesson from Eleanor. Successful people see challenges as opportunities. Instead of panicking or getting frustrated, he focused on analyzing the problem calmly. He gathered the team and said, "Everyone, let's focus on solutions rather than blame. If we break down the issues, we can tackle them step by step and still meet our goals." Alex created a clear plan of action, assigning tasks based on each person's strengths. He communicated the steps in simple, precise English, ensuring everyone understood their role. As the team worked, he encouraged them with thoughtful phrases. "Let's focus on what we can control. Each small solution brings us closer to success. Challenges are part of growth. Let's learn from them." By the end of the day, the glitches were addressed and the launch was back on track. His calm, strategic approach not only solved the problem, but also inspired confidence in the team. That night, Alex reflected in his notebook. Obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Thinking like a successful person means staying composed, analyzing carefully, and guiding others with clarity. English becomes a tool to share wisdom and lead effectively. Alex realized that success wasn't about avoiding problems, it was about how you respond to them, communicate solutions, and maintain a clear, composed mindset. Each challenge strengthened both his strategic thinking and English skills. Alex began to notice that thinking like successful people wasn't limited to work, it applied to every aspect of life. From planning a weekend trip to managing personal finances, he realized that strategic thinking and clear communication could make even small decisions more effective. One morning, he faced a dilemma. His friend Olivia asked for help organizing a charity event. The task seemed overwhelming, with tight deadlines and multiple volunteers. In the past, Alex might have felt stressed and scattered, but now he approached it like a strategic exercise. He listed all tasks, prioritized them, and communicated instructions clearly in English. Step 1. Confirm the venue availability. Step 2. Assign volunteer roles according to strengths. Step 3. Create a timeline for promotion and logistics. He then delegated tasks to Olivia and the volunteers, explaining each step patiently. By thinking strategically and communicating calmly, the event planning process became smooth and organized. During the event, a last-minute issue arose. The audio system malfunctioned. Instead of panicking, Alex applied his strategic mindset. Let's move the presentation outdoors and use the portable speaker. We can still proceed without disruption. The event was a success, and Alex reflected on the experience. Thinking like successful people wasn't about being perfect, it was about preparing, analyzing, and adapting quickly while communicating clearly. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Strategic thinking is a mindset, not a moment. Every challenge is an opportunity to plan, act, and communicate effectively. English becomes easier when ideas are organized before speaking." Alex understood that the habits he was cultivating, reflection, strategic thinking, and clear communication, were transforming both his personal and professional life. He felt empowered, knowing that success was built one deliberate action at a time. Alex's journey continued as he realized one of the key traits of successful people. They always think ahead. Anticipating challenges and planning for the future gave them a distinct advantage. Alex decided to apply this principle not only in business but in everyday life. At work, he noticed that an upcoming client project had the potential for delays. In the past, he might have reacted only when problems appeared. This time, he prepared a contingency plan, outlining possible issues, solutions, and clear instructions in English for the team. During a meeting, he presented, "Based on past experience, these are potential risks. Here's how we can address each one proactively." His clear and logical approach impressed the team. They appreciated his foresight and organized communication, and it helped everyone stay confident even before any issues arose. At home, Alex applied the same thinking. He planned his weekly schedule with time for English practice, reflection, and personal growth. By thinking ahead, he avoided last-minute stress, allowing him to speak and write in English more thoughtfully. One evening, Alex met his friend Jordan, who often struggled with decision-making. Alex shared his approach. Successful thinking isn't just about solving problems, it's about anticipating them, planning ahead, and making decisions calmly. When your mind is clear, your words follow naturally. Jordan was inspired, and Alex felt proud, not for himself, but for sharing wisdom in a way that was practical, actionable, and easy to understand. That night, he wrote in his notebook, "Thinking ahead transforms uncertainty into opportunity. Leaders anticipate, plan, and communicate effectively. English becomes easier when ideas are organized before speaking."
Alex realized that strategic, forward-thinking habits were the foundation of success. Every plan, every reflection, and every thoughtful communication brought him closer to the mindset of the people he admired. Months had passed since Alex began his journey to think like successful people. He had faced challenges, learned from mentors, observed strategic thinkers, and cultivated habits that strengthened both his mind and his English. Now he reflected on the transformation. He understood that success begins in the mind. Strategic thinking, anticipation, reflection, and clear communication were not separate skills, they were intertwined. By organizing his thoughts carefully, he could express himself in English with clarity and confidence, whether in meetings, presentations, or everyday conversations. One afternoon, Alex received an email from Eleanor Grant, his mentor. "Alex, I've been following your progress. Your ability to think strategically and communicate clearly is remarkable. Keep refining your approach. It's a mindset that will serve you for life." Alex smiled, realizing that success wasn't about being perfect. It was about consistent practice, deliberate thinking, and learning from every situation. Each challenge he faced had become a stepping stone toward mastery. That evening, he wrote in his notebook one final reflection. "Success is a habit of mind. Thinking strategically, learning constantly, and communicating clearly are keys to growth. Every day offers an opportunity to strengthen wisdom, confidence, and language."
The journey continues, but the mindset is permanent. Thank you for watching Wisped Tales. We hope you enjoyed Alex's journey of learning to think like successful people while improving English through wisdom. Remember, strategic thinking is not just a skill, it's a mindset that transforms both your life and your communication.